Good morning. So, I want to talk about self empowerment and using your yearnings, let's say, or using spots that have once been your weaknesses as your uh, points of empowerment, the places that give you kind of like a roadmap during your spiritual awakening to where to rise into, because our weaknesses are always giving us the places that we need to do work. So whatever we have been requesting or wanting from others to fulfill for us within ourselves are the places that we need to fulfill for our own selves, are the places that we need to provide for ourselves in these areas. For instance, if we and this is especially prominent on the twin flame journey, so during the spiritual awakening, but during the spiritual awakening via the twin flame journey, we have a very comprehensible roadmap, because whatever we are expecting from the universe or whatever we're expecting from our twin to provide for us are exactly the places that we need to go in and provide for our own selves in those areas. For instance, if we are searching for comfort, if we are searching for someone to provide for us, if we are searching for security in our place and who we are, approval, um, if we are searching for someone to love us, all of these places are places that we need to come in and provide for ourselves and take responsibility for ourselves and find love and compassion for ourselves and self-protection and and comfort ourselves and know that we are worthy. And in all of these places, if we can, instead of expecting somebody outside of us to come in and give us that assurance and to hold us up as we go through this spiritual awakening, we realize that there is nobody outside of us that can give us this comfort. And when we are able to provide ourselves with this, we quit expecting others to come in. Others have their own life on their plate. It's like taking our life and what we want to feel emotionally and what and all of our own responsibilities and putting them over on somebody else. So it's like giving over our life power to somebody else. And without them giving us these things, then we can't feel security and we can't feel approval and we can't feel worthy and we can't feel happiness and we can't feel um, provided for in that assurance that we're held. So when we find that connection within ourselves to the energy of the all, to the one, to our life source energy, to God, then we are able to provide all of those things for ourselves and we're able to stand into our responsibility. And we become a self reliant unit, which means that we are free to fully unconditionally love another, because not only have we gone through our own weaknesses and learned how to rise in all of those places, right? Then we are also providing for ourselves in those places. That means that we're not expecting another to, which also gives us security in ourselves, confidence in knowing that we are, first of all, connected to the divine, but also self-reliant. So we're not expecting another to provide those for us. So another is free to come close to us, to enter into our world without feeling like if they enter into our world, we're going to attach to them and attach all of our needs and wants on them and have expectations of them. And not only that, we provide a map. So just in our own being as becoming into our power, we become a roadmap for others. we are able to hold that vibration of a self um, reliant, self, the word that there's a word for it. It's not utilized. It's a self, um, when you come into yourself and you become a whole being, and you come into your full power, then you become a roadmap for others. You're holding that vibration. You're holding the vibration of a complete human being, and you're providing that mirror to others so that others can see what it looks like, what it feels like, um, a self-accomplished human, and they have that um, example to look up to and to follow. And when you come into that place, because you have solved yourself and gone through your place, you don't have that judgment towards another, because judgment towards another comes to serve your ego self. But when you understand that each person has to go through themselves, and each person has a different path, and each person has and you understand the detriment of it, right? Because as you go through yourself, you understand what it takes to go through yourself, and you understand that that is the life path. So each and every single one of us has our own um, individual path to go through in order to find ourselves. And there is no judgment in that. There's only compassion and the want to help others. And help others doesn't mean to take their responsibility and their load onto us. Helping others, because you can't do enough work. You can't do somebody else's self work for them. You can't, if you come in and you provide somebody those things that they are yearning for somebody outside of them to provide for them because they can't find them within themselves, you are actually taking away from them their own path. Not only are you not providing it because they will never feel secure within themselves, because they have to latch onto you, because the minute that you depart from their lives, they don't have that security anymore. So they are going to be latched on, right? It's the same thing with us, expecting, especially on the twin flame journey, expecting to latch onto our twin and for them to provide all that security for us within ourselves. Um, if they're taken out of the equation, you're left lost again. So nobody else can do that work for you. Whereas when you do the work within yourself, you are in existence with all of that. Your experience and your thought and how you process things is yours individually. Doesn't matter what the outside circumstances are. That is your value, your life experience, and what you have learned, and what you have accomplished. And all of that goes into your pouch of life experience and knowledge and wisdom, and that goes with you wherever you go. And that is your ultimate treasure box, because anything in the physical world can be taken away, given back. It goes and it comes. But whatever you have within you, your life experience, that is yours, unique to you. And it is your treasure. It is your strength. It is your abundance. It is what allows you to perceive and to work your way through this life experience. So when you are able to give yourself that security, and the security of abundance, physical comes and goes. I've seen it in my own life. I've gone from peaks to homelessness to you know you know being able to buy whatever I want whenever I want with no worries for years. And I realized that these things, they come and they go as we move through life, and wherever we are at and wherever we're putting our focus and attention. But whatever we have accomplished and whatever is within us and these life experiences that we have, those are ours personally, and those things we actually feel ownership over. Those things, if we are trying to latch on to somebody else to provide us the experience and the assurance that we're going to be okay, we never truly feel like it is ours. It never truly do we feel accomplished in those places. So just like nobody outside of us can really provide that for us because it is dependent. It is dependent on them being there for you. So then we are not only are we not rising into ourselves, we're taking from somebody else's power. And who wants to be in a relationship like that? Is out of, you're taking, but you're also over giving because you need to also provide security for that other person, or you need to pay for those for whatever you're getting so that you can, and I mean it in a way of not literally pay, but within ourselves we feel like, okay, we need to compensate because we are pulling from that person, so we're also giving from whatever we have in abundance, which is creating the cycle of codependency. Because somebody that is completely dependent on themselves doesn't want another leech on them because they have risen into that place. They understand it. They're not attracted to weakness. So it is a given that if you are latched onto somebody and deriving from them your security, that means that they are at that same level because you have to be at the same level and you have to have that cycle. You have to be even in order to be together. So so it's a telltale story, right? If you're latched onto somebody to get your security from them, they are also latched onto you from the other way and pulling from you. So you, not only are you not rising into your power in the places that you have your own weaknesses, you are also your strengths are being pulled from, and they're being pulled from in a way that is needy on the other side. It's when somebody doesn't rise into their full, let's say you're at your power here and somebody is over here and they're deriving their power, they can't understand that power because they have not gotten there yet. So they can't fully appreciate it. That means that they're here pulling and drawing from your power, and you are not even getting the full admiration and understanding of what it took to rise into this power. Because if they don't have that power, they can't see it, they can't truly appreciate it without seeing it. So that is why a lot of times on this spiritual awakening journey, we are by ourselves. We can progress through ourselves only by ourselves. It doesn't mean that you can't go through a spiritual awakening with having a partner, but a lot of times we will bypass that partner, or we will be misunderstood, or a lot of times it's just a lot quicker when you go on the spiritual journey on your own, because you are working through your own personal things and you're rising, and when you are next to somebody, you're vibrating at a certain rate, and when you are vibrating next to somebody else, those vibrations intertwine, so it becomes more difficult to differentiate between what you are and what they are. And then on the other hand, there's a lot of things that we only can learn in a relationship, so we go in and out, in and out. um, but really the point is that we have to find a way to give ourselves whatever it is that we are seeking from outside of ourselves. So if we are seeking for approval from somebody else, we need to find a way to give us that approval. But as long as if we become aware and we start understanding really at the base, what is it that I'm requesting, what is it that I'm wanting when I'm reaching for another? What is it? What kind of, what is it that do I want closeness? Closeness is a good thing. We have to start finding the reasoning behind what we're doing, and if there is a weakness that is laying at the core of whatever it is that we're searching for, we need to heal that aspect within ourselves before we can truly be in an unconditional love relationship, um, without that dependency and taking from, because then it creates a cycle that there cannot be an unconditional love in a dependent relationship, in a codependent relationship. Unconditional love comes from a place of self-worthiness, and then I am free, and self-love, because you have to truly love yourself in order to truly love another. You cannot love another truly until you truly love yourself. If you are if you are not in complete self-love, self-actualization, self-love is self-actualization. That means rising into that place of of true independence and truly into your power, then you cannot truly love another. Your love is dependent on the satisfaction that I'm receiving from the relationship. So it is not only am I coming into the place from weaknesses, I am weakening my partner. Um, and relationships that are like that rarely are good relationships. Sometimes there can be a codependency that is found that is an equal codependency and there's a love there, but it is we begin to also, if we are in an insecure place in ourselves and we're not in that true self-love, we also begin to break down our partner in the places that they are uh, strong, because we fear that we are not enough, and we do this in automatic. It's one of those behaviors that come in underneath, one of those weaknesses that one of those blind spots that we are writing on automatic, and we don't even know that we're doing it. Um, so we can use our expectation of others or whatever our yearnings as a roadmap to ourselves. It's the telltale signs. It gives you the information that you need to be able to find these blind places within ourselves. So, sending you guys so much love and empowerment. We have everything that we need in order to release ourselves from within. We are power. We are divine life. Everything that you need for your own release sits within you. All of the answers sit within you. And not only do they sit within you, they only sit within you. Another cannot come into you and do your self work for you. You are the only one. You were chosen for this life experience. And from within yourself, you are the chosen one. So go deep within, do the work, self. Know that you are divine. Before you even go into the work, know that you are divine and know that you can do it and that you are worthy and that the freedom, it tastes so good. It is the 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 candy of life. It is the ultimate experience. The more you free yourself, the more that you know this. If you're watching this, you're on the spiritual awakening, and you know that whenever we find those places and we work ourselves out, we feel freed. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful year. So, as a quick addition to this point on how to do the work, so when you can find that map of what you are wanting for others to provide for you, and you can find the emotion of what would that feel like, even if you can find the emotion and what would that feel like when another provides that for you, once you find that emotion, you can transfer it onto self, and you can feel, what would it feel like if I was able to give myself that? And what you will find is that the feeling of giving yourself that is so much more empowering and so much more in tune with what you really want. So once you can adopt that emotion and find the emotion of it, then you have already done the work, because what we are reaching for is the emotion of something. So once we can find that emotion and hold it and get used to it and create a normalcy within that emotion, then we can. My son was doing dishes here. So once you can find the emotion of that, you have found the vibration of that, and now you are in tune to that. You are in tune, and the universe, your vibration is a vibrational match, which will allow that to come into your life, and you will be attuned to the opportunities as they show up in your life. So once you are able to find that emotion, this is the most important part of it. Find the emotion of what that security feels like, what that self-love feels like, what what it would feel like if somebody else loved me in the way that I want to be loved. And then I can say, okay, what would it feel like if I loved myself in that way? And And then you will become attuned to that vibration. And when opportunities show up in your life, you will recognize them. Whereas before it was a belief of yours, before you felt worthy of that, before you felt like that was an option for you, you would not have even seen the opportunities as they show up in your life. And these opportunities are always around you in every place in your life. They are around you. It's just tuning yourself into it. All of the different, every single situation that you need in your life for your spiritual awakening is around you right now. It is as we rise, it becomes available to us. It becomes within our grasp, of understanding. So you can trust that the universe brings you those things, and then it's acting on inspired intuition. You feel something, it is your inner self knowing that something in that is providing you a key. Something in that will move you closer to where you want to be. So when you act continuously on inspired intuition, you begin to sift through life. Those things will start coming to you and empowering you and opening up new doors and new doors and new doors. So sending you guys so much love. Thank you so much for watching.